Financial disclosures filed last week by the ALU show that the union raised more than $850,000 last year, more than half of it from just 3 donors. The American Federation of Teachers, the International Commission of Labor Rights, and the leftist Twitch streamer Hasan Piker. You're the new Soros? I'm the George Soros, dude. The absolute irony in the ALU being top donated by a Twitch donor. Hey, listen, I'm a high-paid Amazon employee, baby. But let's get started with fucking TYT drama, okay? So what happened? A couple of weeks ago, Anna basically popped off and said, like, I don't want to be called a birthing person. I'm sick and tired of this idea. I'm a woman. I'm not a birthing person. I will never be called a birthing person. You can never call me a birthing person. Birthing person, birthing person, birthing person, birthing person, blah, 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 blah. Now, for many people, it was like, what? Like, who the fuck did this to you? Like, what do you mean? Like, are there just people going around saying, like, you're a birthing person? No, I don't think so. It was one of those things where, like, what she's saying isn't unreasonable. You know what I mean? Because being reduced to your like reproductive capabilities would be really ridiculous. And that's precisely why nobody fucking uses it in the real world. It's utilized in either academic concepts or medical concepts, right? It's either used in medicine where it would, it would work, or in academia. Law to meltdowns over wanting to be referred to as a woman rather than a birthing person is pretty wild. I'll never apologize for that, especially as the biological woman who's had a fucking lifetime being told I'm less than. I'm a woman, no apologies. So, Anna said the fucking birthing person thing, which was stupid. It was silly. But you know what? Here's one thing you're not supposed to do in that circumstance. Double down, triple down, quadruple down, which she did. And then Cenk got in, and Cenk started defending her too. Obviously, TYT also runs into the same issues that I run into on a regular basis of like having a fuckload of unhinged haters that want to tackle every single drama that they're in, want to elevate it, want to heighten it. But then there's also some very legitimate and very valid concerns that leftist people have, or leftist spaces have with TYT, especially as it pertains to their commentary over criminal justice, their commentary over crime and punishment, which has definitely taken a somewhat, I would say, if I'm being as charitable as possible, a reactionary slant. So when the trans line dropped, they basically were like, a lot of people were like, oh, that's it. They're making like a rightward shift. And I think that they're going to stop covering trans issues? No, I don't. And I said this before. Do I think that they're transphobic? I don't even think that they're transphobic overall. But this kind of output is literally lending credence to transphobes. That's it. The moment that you see Ben Shapiro retweet you, the moment that you see Carrie Lake be like, oh, thank God you're popping off on this, that's the moment where you go, oh, fuck. No, I'm being used. I'm being used by right-wing forces. I should definitely put a stop to this immediately and make sure that everybody understands what my principles are. Juniper said it best originally. Her original tweet was perfect on this. It's like, why the fuck are you talking about something that like is literally relegated to the halls of academia and like medical context as though it's something that people are dropping left and right? That was her original take on the matter, and she is absolutely fucking correct. Dude, the Chris versus MrBeast thing is flooding my TikTok, and I can't tell if he genuinely feels different about him now or if it's just gross weirdos clipping stuff out of context. Wait, what? Are you insane? Like, I don't want to talk about this too much because it's private, but no, MrBeast is 1,000,000% supportive of Chris, and that is completely wrong. This is something that people who defend trans people experience for the first time ever. Usually, the shock of like what trans people have to go through on a regular basis online, and MrBeast is going through that phase right now. If you are even like an ally to trans people, we're not even talking about we're not even talking about trans people in general on the internet. That stuff is, that is just, your life is a living hell every fucking day that you're posting. That's why trans people are really fucking aggro on the timeline all the time. They're in constant defense mode. We're not even talking about like legislation that seeks to erase trans people from public spaces and harm trans people, stop them from transitioning, force them to detransition, all this stuff. We're talking simply just like, you, even as someone who says, I don't think people should bully trans people for being trans. Even when you say that, people are like, okay, well, I'm going to dox you. Okay, I'm going to dox you. I'm going to dox your family. I'm going to hurt you some way I can. So usually when cishet people first encounter this, they go, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck's going on? Because, like, for the most part, if you are not really aware, if you haven't, like, said anything, if you haven't ever, like, said anything about trans people or whatever, if it's just mostly apathy, you don't really think about it. You sometimes will see the transphobic people be like, look at how fucking weird trans people are. Look at how angry trans people are. There's a lot of, like, anti-trans propaganda, as you guys know. We parse through it regularly. But the reality changes immediately when you are, like, openly supportive of trans people. When people go, oh, you're an enemy. Okay. You support trans people. Well, we want to kill trans people, so you're an enemy as well now. So they'll do anything and everything. They'll lie. They'll dox you. They'll fucking harass you. Just for the crime of even aligning with trans people. As a cishet dude, as a cishet white dude, if you're experiencing that, then holy shit, you can't even comprehend what trans people are experiencing on a daily basis. This was, for me at least, a very radicalizing principle. I've talked about this before. When I started learning more about the trans experience, when I started learning more about trans existence, okay, and started speaking out against transphobia, there would be hours, countless hours, where, like, everyone would be fucking perma-stuck, talking about the same shit over and over and over again, where people were just, like, very, very, very upset. They're just not normal, even if you are an ally. So what I reckon, even if you aren't just an ally. So that was one of the moments where I realized, like, holy shit, you know? If I go through this, I'm a fucking cishet white dude just for defending trans people. The idea, like, I mean, I can't even comprehend what trans people go through just to survive and to exist. That was, for me, a moment of awareness. And I think MrBeast is currently individually going through that moment. Did you see NPR is leaving Twitter over the label of state-affiliated media? Wait, what? Why? NPR becomes the first major news org to stop using Twitter, saying that the Elon Musk-owned platform is actions that undermine our credibility. Wait, why? Wait. Whoa. Why does that undermine your credibility? Aren't you giving the game away then? You're saying that it undermines the credibility? Didn't they do this about BBC as well? This is the one right thing that Elon Musk has done in a sea of wrongs, and everyone is fucking upset. That's crazy. The BBC is funded by licenses, so it's technically not state broadcasters, is bullshit. It is. It is operated by the state. Shut the fuck up. So, same with NPR. They're editorially independent. That is a laughable notion. They are not editorially independent. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Brother, private institutions are not editorially independent as it pertains to basically fucking following the State Department propaganda. And I say this as someone who listens to NPR every fucking morning, every goddamn morning. I listen to NPR more than you. I read NPR more than you. Okay? I'm telling you right now, NPR, without a fucking shadow of doubt, without a shred of doubt in my mind, is state media. I think NPR is pretty good, other than when they're talking about America's foreign interests, in which case they're not good. Better than others, but still not good. But, like, what do I always tell you? You have to remember what every fucking outlet's biases are. Where they lay is how their content is cut. What they choose to omit, what they choose to talk about is absolutely relevant to their funding mechanism and why they exist. This is Justin J. Pearson. Apparently, this is him in college. A lot of conservatives who, of course, have never met a black person that isn't Candace Owens don't understand that, ironically, every black person, including Candace Owens from time to time, code switches. The difference for Candace Owens is that she basically made the code switching her entire career. She didn't just code switch. She's just like ideology shifted into that too.
Running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Bowdoin Democrats to the Bowdoin Republicans. I want to bring together.
Yeah, it's not Justin Jones, it's Justin Pearson, I know.
They're different voices, dissenting voices.
That's why I said
voices
Justin
that may
Pearson.
be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good.
That's not the same guy. No, it is the same guy. Yeah, he grew his hair. That happens. And when he's like preaching as a preacher's son, he puts on a preacher's son or a preacher fucking tone. That's it. He's using his sermon voice. Hairs grow, beards grow. And in that other video, obviously nobody talks like this in their normal lives, okay? But I'm sure right here, he's absolutely fucking code switching. It's a thing that everybody does, especially when one is a performance versus one is just like how you interact normally. And then on top of that, it's something that black people do all the time as a way to fit in and sometimes even survive in predominantly white spaces. That's it. Anyway, so that's something that they've been focusing on as both of the representatives that were expelled are reinstated to their positions. But that's where we're at with that. Senator Dianne Feinstein's statement in return to D.C. My absence could delay the important work of the Judiciary Committee, so I've asked Leader Schumer to ask the Senate to allow another Democratic senator to temporarily serve until I'm able to resume my committee work. Dianne Feinstein is holding on to life by a string at this point. The fact that this fossil fuel is still a senator, this 800-year-old fossil, is a senator in California, a deep blue state, is mind-boggling, but also expected, because that's how the Democratic Party operates. I intend to return as soon as possible once my medical team advises that it's safe for me to travel. In the meantime, I remain committed to the job and will continue to work from home in San Francisco. I understand that my absence could delay the important work of the Judiciary Committee. That was awesome. That was great. She doesn't just have shingles. She has dementia. It's funny reading how Dianne Feinstein has to wear a cone on her neck like a dog so she doesn't hurt herself, and party leadership just doesn't give a shit. You wonder who could possibly lose to such a party, and then you see this. Are you saying she should step down because of dementia? A bit ableist too, to be honest. Yeah, I don't even care about dementia. I'm using the dementia as a reason. Like I said, it's because she's a woman. Leave Feinstein alone. Let her go out with grace. She earned it. Bro, you're talking about a senator like it's your fucking dog that, you know, you're sending upstate to the farm, by the way. Yeah, let her go out with grace. Like, we shouldn't send her to the glue factory. What is this? Common Cuba Healthcare W? In most developing countries, the idea of a deaf child from a working class family never affording 60,000 cochlear implants and surgery is a dream, but in Cuba, they are provided for free. That's disgusting. There should be money to be made off of that. Children should not be able to hear, okay? What the fuck is Cuba doing? That's so dumb. Even under a multi-decade blockade that has caused mass shortages in basic goods, including medical equipment, Cuba's government is doing more to try and improve the well-being of its citizens in the world's richest capitalist superpower. Yeah, guess what, dude? Have you ever thought about how this doesn't drive innovation? Have you ever thought about the fact that maybe children should not hear unless their parents are wealthy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Checkmate.